a legend of screen, both small and big screen. Kevin Sorbo is on. There he is. Kevin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Good. You look great. You look comfortable, and you look like you're in a pretty nice area.
Well, I left California a couple of years ago. I'm chilling in Florida now. I love it out here. Just got done with a workout, so I showered just for you. And
Thank
now
you.
I'm still dressed in nice, clean workout clothes because this is what we wear in Florida.
I love Florida. I'm looking to get out of New York immediately, ASAP. I put my house up for sale. I'm looking at South Carolina, but Florida is just looking great. You got an amazing governor down there.
I got to meet him last week at CNP. Had a great talk, a great chat, and you're going to hear some news in about the next 30 days about something we're going to do together.
Oh, absolutely amazing. He's open and honest and talks about things that concern the people of his state and the people of this country. He's and I got to tell you, it annoyed the hell out of the liberal Democrats and their cronies and the media that they didn't have this giant spike. You guys didn't have this giant spike of COVID down there when he said, look, we're going to open up and people are going to be able to run their businesses like they're supposed to. Just an amazing.
Of course, and we should have been able to. It's crazy what we're doing out there. Fear is an amazing weapon, and our governments at every level are using this fear to control our lives, as you know. And I think people need to wake up. I do not dismiss the fact that this thing is very contagious. I get it. But if you look at it, still, the vast majority of people are in their 80s or older. They have pre-existing conditions.
Yep.
The kids, when I see a 7-year-old walk around with a mask on, that's child abuse to me. This is crazy what we're doing. We've had viruses since the dawn of time. But you and I talk about this, and people hate us. Facebook took me down because I was posting truth. I was posting what other doctors are saying that are opposing points of view. I mean, the great Oz Fauci, we want Bill Gates. All of a sudden, Bill Gates is a scientist, the guy that wants to save that. And here's a guy that says the world's overpopulated, but he's got the vaccine now to save your life. Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Right, how handy. Isn't it great? You know what your problem was, Kevin, why Facebook banned you? You weren't quoting the right doctors. See, you were quoting the wrong doctors, the ones that didn't go along with the narrative and the party line and everything that's keeping their power in place.
I'm a horrible person.
Oh, my goodness. Just get the right doctors like Fauci, who, by the way, contradicted himself more over the past year than anyone I've ever seen, but is taken as this all-knowing, all-seeing God of COVID.
Don't wear a mask, then wear a mask.
Yeah.
And then all these doctors are saying in the last 3 months, most of the people coming to the hospital with COVID are avid mask wearers.
Yeah.
I mean, they say follow the science. Well, the science says it goes right through. Oh, now we should wear 2 masks or even 3 masks. So let's even be able to breathe less. I mean, that makes such great sense.
And I really love when they talk about things like 3 masks and when somebody might question and say, hey, isn't exhaling carbon dioxide and then inhaling it again a bad thing? And no, it goes right through. How do you know? I would think if you're working out or you're even some moderate activity and you have 3 pieces of cloth over your face, you're not going to get as much oxygen into your blood as you would if you didn't have 3 pieces of cloth over your face. Now, call me crazy, but that seems to me to be some type of science that should be adhered to. Is he frozen like that? I thought he was interested in what I was saying.
He's really listening.
I just thought he was really interested. He's like, God, this guy, although I could tell he has very low testosterone, he is interesting.
Slightly unimpressed, though.
Yeah, slightly. Well, there he is.
He's going. He's gone. He left us.
Wait a minute. He turned into Venetian blinds. How did that flash? People magazine, get this story. Kevin Sorbo turns into Venetian blinds. It's a big mirror thing. Oh, my God. Stay on target. It looked like the trench in the Star Wars game. Such a dummy.
I'll let you know if he comes on back.
Yeah, I thought he was perhaps he got offended at what I said, that he listens to the wrong doctors. I was not saying anything bad. That's so funny. I was really going, because I'm watching him and I'm talking. I'm like, he is just soaking this in. I am brilliant. I am impressing Kevin Sorbo. And right when I stop talking, it's just fucking frozen. There he is. Kevin's back.
I thought it was being outside, but it happened to the whole house, and it just came back. I don't know what.
I swear, your image froze where I thought I was impressing the hell out of you. I thought you were just listening to everything I'm saying going, my God, this guy, I can't even move. I'm so impressed. But apparently a little problem. I like that background. That sword is pretty nice.
That was my gift after 7 years in Hercules. That was from the prop department that went on to win all these Academy Awards on Lord of the Rings.
Is that what they call the hero sword?
The hero sword.
The hero sword. And then there's the prop swords that have to be soft or bend or have some kind of mechanical thing.
We had some pretty nasty ones. I took a sword to the back of the head and woke up in the hospital with a concussion and about 12 stitches.
Yeah, that people don't understand. Like I've heard from a lot of actors that have done sword roles, things like that, and Lord of the Rings. The guys from Lord of the Rings had a lot of those stunts, and you never get away unscathed. You just never get. There's always going to be some contact.
There's always bumps and bruises, but I love doing my own stunts because my ego said that I could.
Now you're an active guy. You're a physical guy. I just announced to my audience yesterday that I was diagnosed with low T. I went, I took my testosterone level is down pretty low there, Kevin. So I'm getting some shots on Friday. I'm starting a regimen of testosterone shots. And look, you're already laughing at me. I get it. You're like, look at this old washwoman.
Why do you think we have all these pro athletes doing these commercials on TV to talk about this? I think once you hit 40, it just slowly starts to decline. I think it happens to all the best of us. But I'll tell you, the biggest thing is sugar is the enemy, and working out is very important. Cardio and lifting weights and doing push-ups, sit-ups is still a great thing to help keep yourself young.
Sugar really is a villain. I mean, I hear from anybody that has any interest in health that sugar should just be steered clear of.
That's tough. It's hard, I like desserts like everybody else.
Yeah. What about alcohol? Is that a bad thing?
Well, I don't think it's a great thing, but I don't think it's a bad thing either. I like having a nice glass of wine now and then, or a cold beer after a round of golf.
Yeah.
You got to live life a little bit. Come on.
You really do. I know some people are very by the book, and it seems like their entire life is spent on just being healthy when you're not enjoying your health. You're not enjoying the fact that you are healthy to go out and do things. So, yeah.
I mean, look at the agony guys that run these marathons,
Oh, my God.
Like they're in pain.
Why run if you're just going to end up in the same place you started? That's always been my. Yeah, that's always been my burn. Anyway, Kevin, we were talking earlier about being banned. You were banned off of Facebook and stuff. I've been banned off of every social media platform there is. I've snuck my way back onto a few because for show purposes, it's pretty imperative I kind of know what's going on. But I was just talking about it before you came on. The fact that we can't even hear from the former president. Is he frozen again?
I'm listening. I'm right here. No, am I gone again?
That was very funny. You were like this, and I'm like, uh-oh. Oh, I think he froze again. You fooled me. Kevin Sorbo.
No, I did. I did freeze for a second.
You did? Oh, okay. That was scary.
But I heard. Look, it's crazy what we're doing out there right now. I mean, the whole thing about Zuckerberg, he creates something called Facebook. They're supposed to be a social media for people, but now they've made it that you have to say what they want you to say. These are the people that scream for tolerance, and tolerance is a one-way street with these bozos.
Yeah.
And him to take over 500,000 people that are following me, that go to my movies, that buy my books, that want to be, they want to know what I'm doing. To take that away is taking away my livelihood.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, why can't we have a different point of view? I don't harbor the anger and hatred to people at a different point of view.
Right.
I mean, but I get these people, these trolls out there. I can say 2 + 2 = 4, and they say, I hope you and your family die. I mean, they're sick individuals. These guys have no lives whatsoever. And if anything, we should feel sorry for them because obviously they don't like who they are. They don't like their lives. They don't like their jobs. They don't like their relationships. These people, this is where misery loves company comes from people like that have nothing going good in their lives. But I mean, really, we got to be able to have an open conversation. We have to be as passionate as the left is to try to make the changes to bring America to the greatness that it really deserves to be.
Right.
But we have to do it without the same anger and hatred and violence that they do.
And ignorance. There's just this, people are so satisfied by mainstream media news. They'll watch it and actually believe. They'll talk to their friends about it and go, oh, this is what's happening in the world today. And you go, how do you believe that? They've lied to us about so many things over the years. You got to look for your own education. You got to look for your own knowledge, your own, if you want the truth about something, you really have to look at different mediums.
Well, you know, and I'm sure it was the same for you. When I went to public schools, went to college, I never had teachers telling me how to vote, don't believe in God. I never had that. Today, these kids get it from kindergarten on. It's crazy what we're doing to kids. I would not send your kids to public schools. We were homeschool advocates. My wife wrote a book on it called They're Your Kids. Great book. She does a lot of homeschool speaking. I just think for me, social media, I'm on Parler, I'm on CloudHub. Go to check out CloudHub. CloudHub is an awesome place to go. Another one's called Free Space. That's nice. So I'm going to different places right now that they give you an open chance to talk and get a positive message instead of all the negative ones that they want to keep putting out. I mean, they're the ones who scream for peace. All they don't like is their violence. You know, it's projection, right?
It's all projection.
Antifa, they're the fascists.
Yeah.
But it's all about projection. That's the amazing thing.
Yeah. You, being an actor for many years, you remember a time where if somebody wanted to tell you you were good or you sucked or your product was good or sucked, they literally had to put a pen to paper and go, here's Kevin Sorbo, care of whatever studios and put it in the mail. And there was a return address and a thing. That is gone now and is just created such just evil and nastiness with the anonymity that goes along with it. These are probably people that would see you live and shake your hand and go, wow, pleasure to meet you, Kevin. And then they turn around and anonymously, they could talk whatever shit they want. And it's disgusting.
Well, they're very brave in their mom and dad's basement at 34 years old, typing away, saying, I hate you. But I've only had one person in all those years come up to confront me at an airport. Most people come up and say, hey, I love your work. You know, keep doing the family movies you're doing. I do stuff that my movies are about love and hope and redemption and laughter and faith and family movies. And that's what people want. There's 80 million homes out there that want the kind of movies that I do. But we got to compete against the $300 million budget Hollywood does that has their, you know, they have their own agenda. Every movie has an agenda. Every movie has a message. There's no question about it. But it's tough for our independent movies to really get out there. But I've been very fortunate to stay busy. And I've done a lot of movies. I got 3 new movies coming out this year. I've got 2 documentaries that just came out. I've just booked my next 3 movies. One I'm directing as well. It's in the Left Behind series. It's a very nice, based on the 70 million books that were sold from LaHaye and Jenkins. And, you know, thank God I'm staying busy in a world that makes it more and more difficult to stay busy. And if you have an opposing message to the left.
Yeah. That's how did you deal with that? Because with obviously getting out of Hollywood was one thing. Getting out of California and going to Florida was one way to do it. But I mean, there is a blackballing going on that I don't think we've seen since the old communist McCarthy days. And yeah, how do you deal with relationships in Hollywood? People that you thought were friends and whatnot.
My manager and agents of years said, see you later. You know, they'll never admit this. They would never admit this on camera, but behind closed doors, they're going, yeah, we got rid of him. You know, they told me to my face, and you know, we got to get rid of you. Hollywood doesn't owe me anything. It's fine. To me, I'm more sad than anything else that we just can't get along that way. I mean, it's crazy to me when you got these some liberal actors, big name actors, I won't name them, said I'll never work with a conservative. I'm going, well, why not?
Yeah.
If that person's right for the movie. I don't care where they stand politically or religiously or non-religious, whatever it may be. It's crazy. This hatred just perpetuates on itself. And you know, when they're yelling, they're saying Trump is a Nazi. So I would ask them, tell me what he did and what he said that makes him a Nazi.
Yeah,
they don't have an answer.
Nothing ever.
They love their labels. I mean, they called me a homophobe one time simply because I'm a Christian actor. And I'm going, okay, I've been in the business 35 years. I work with gay people on the set all the time. You won't find one that said, what a horrible guy to work with. He was always attacking. They won't find one. Because I'm a live and let live kind of guy. I don't care if somebody wants to be gay, well, then be gay. I don't care if someone wants to be straight. give a crap what people's sexual orientation is. I just want to work and make movies.
But like you said, the labels, they need you to fit into a category. So if you're a Christian actor, you need to fit all these stereotypes that they already have laid out for you. By the way, they don't have any. They're amazing people that you just are so perfect. They'll tell you how you should live your life and everything. The fact of the matter is, and we were just talking about with Twitter and whatnot, banning Donald Trump. The guy can't even speak to the American people anymore on the most popular method of talking to people. Yet none of us, I don't care that Joe Biden's on Twitter. I wouldn't care who was on Twitter. I think everybody should have a right to say what they want to say. If you don't want to read it, don't. You want to ignore it, block them, whatever. But the fact that they literally want people gone and eliminated, that's a problem.
Yeah, the cancel culture is insane. I mean, and it certainly has affected work even for me. I mean, these people obviously must be so amazingly perfect and so pure.
Never know.
I tell them that. I said, I really wish you guys would write a book so losers like myself can understand how to be such a perfect human being like they are, because they've obviously never done anything wrong in their lives or felt guilty about anything. They've been wonderful to everybody else. I mean, when they got to go back 40 years to try to find something in Kavanaugh that maybe or maybe not, he did something to his woman in college back in 1983. I mean, it's crazy what we're doing to people right now. And that's what I'm saying. It goes back to, I'm playing shrink here, goes back to these people that obviously do not like themselves at all. And they want to drag all of us into the black hole that they live in. It's
obvious because, the years I've been in radio and doing this for now 7 years, I've come across a lot of people, a lot of trolls that just have nothing but poison to spew at me and my family and everything. It's, part and parcel with doing what I do. And when you see these people, rarely you find out who they are. They'll present themselves or whatnot. And every single time, it's somebody that wants so badly to do what you're doing. They want to be an actor. They want to be a musician. My brother is a musician, and he's constantly gotten trolled by people. And when he's reached out to them to ask, hey, what is the issue with this? Why are you doing this? They inevitably say, look, I play guitar and man, I didn't really mean that stuff. I just, I'm just fooling around. They always have this envy of the people that they're trashing.
Oh, sure. I mean, when I lived in New Zealand 7 years, that's why I shot Hercules. And they told me down there they have a thing called the tall poppy syndrome, because poppies grow the same level. If you grow above everybody else, they just want to chop you down. They said, why are you successful and why am I not successful? There's a great line in the Don Henley song. He says, why does success basically smile on some and let the rest go free? I mean, the trouble is most people are afraid of failure, so they don't take those steps.
Right.
I used to caddy at this private country club. Very wealthy guys. I don't need money. My dad was a school teacher.
Bushwood.
5 kids in Minnesota, and my clothes are hand-me-downs from my older brothers. But I would ask these guys I'm caddying for that were very wealthy, how did you become wealthy? And every one of them said, "Oh, Kevin, I failed, and then I failed and failed and failed." But I used it as a positive instead of a negative thing. So when I moved out to Hollywood, I remember that. I had a hard work ethic from my parents as well, but Hollywood's all about rejection. I mean, I worked a lot, but I also had a lot more rejections. I'm a 13-year overnight success. So, I put my time in and I busted my butt. And a lot of people don't have the energy, don't have the willpower, they don't have the guts to go after something. And if they fail, they just give up and it's your fault, it's God's fault, it's mom's fault, dad's fault, it's the world. And then they look and say, you owe me.
Right,
you
right.
owe me.
Well,
so
they have to.
They're happy to have government take care of them from cradle to grave.
Yeah. They have to take that internal self-resentment and put it somewhere else because, my God, it can't be me. Obviously, I failed and stuff. So, you need to project it. It really is a study in psychology when you deal with online trolls for many years. What are you working on now, Kevin, that you want the people to know about?
I've got a wonderful documentary, 2 documentaries that just came out. So please write these down. One is called Against the Tide .movie. So Against the Tide .movie. John Lennox, he's an apologist. He's debated all the great atheists of the world, like Singer and Dawkins and Hitchens. And I spent 3 weeks in Oxford, England, where he lives. He's a retired math professor, and 2 weeks down in Israel. And I call it Apologetics for Dummies like me. It's for people that when they get attacked for having a faith, they get a chance to they get a chance to defend that faith in a positive, in a more intellectual way, I should say. The other movie is called Climate Hustle 2, the number 2, climatehustle2.com. And it's the other side of the global warming issue, because everybody, once again, it's one side. We have maybe 100 years of taking temperature. What was the weather in July of 1493? You don't have that stuff.
Ask Columbus.
I'm sorry, Leonardo DiCaprio. I call global warming weather. The Earth has warmed up, depending on, there's 3 major sites that have tracked weather for 100 years. And the average is 1 degree. The average temperature in the entire world has gone up 1 degree in the last 100 years. But look, we want to spend trillions of dollars, spend money, and making people, go crazy. Once again, use the fear factor on you to make sure you follow. Make sure you follow this.
Fear and guilt.
And then I've got. I'm directing the Left Behind movie. I'm doing a movie with Antonio Sabato. It's called Trailblazers, and Dean Cain's going to be in it, and Christy Swan's going to be in it. Webster.
Everybody that's been kicked off of social media.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course he is. And then I'm shooting the Ronald Reagan movie. Dennis Quaid is playing Reagan. We shot
my God.
I still have 1 week left to film on it, and it's gonna be a wonderful movie. It's Sean McNamara's directing, is the same director I did Soul Surfer with, the Bethany Hamilton story. And Dennis Quaid and I are both in that movie as well. Great movie dealing with Bethany Hamilton. She lost her, she got attacked at 13 years old, lost her arm to a tiger shark attack. And Soul Surfer is a big movie. It's a good movie.
So the Reagan movie, how is that portraying Reagan? Because there are people that I assume you think Reagan was a great president, as do I.
Right.
Yeah, as do I. Yeah. Yeah, he really was.
It's a good script. It's a they're going to show the flaws. Everybody's got flaws, but it's a wonderful script, and it's going to show his life from being a kid up until he passed away. And I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I got 1 week left to go. We're filming it in Oklahoma. I've got another one called Used Mercs. I'm going to be filming later this year up in Canada, if they would loosen up their 14-day quarantine.
Oh my God!
I know, it's crazy,
so ridiculous.
And Used Mercs is very funny. It's an action movie. It's about these 2 mercenaries that decide that they want to get out of the business, so they open a car dealership selling nothing but used Mercuries. So Used Mercs, making fun of the use of mercenaries.
Mercenaries, Mercs, Mercuries.
Yeah,
I get it, Kevin.
It's like there's a country song in there somewhere.
Yeah, I get it. Do you before we go, do you find it hard to not yourself maybe keep the faith, but for other people? Have you heard from other people that say, in these times where there's so much technology and everyone's talking about science, and this kind of has to do with one of your documentaries there, with science, how is it that people can still have faith in something spiritual?
Well, I think you got to find it. It's got to be somewhere in this crazy world to find a little bit of hope, and I think COVID has done that quite a bit. I mean, online services at churches have exploded because people are afraid. A lot of people that were afraid to go into church, so to speak. A lot of Christians have a hard time. Hey, you should come check out my church, and people go, I don't know. There's church people there. I don't want to do that. But when they're home, once again, like the opposite of these trolls with the hatred, a lot of people that are maybe agnostics, even atheists, are saying, I'm kind of curious. And they can go online and they can find a church and listen to some pastor speak without feeling the pressure of having people come around and say, hey, come join the church. So I think it's kind of a positive thing with that. By the way, I know you guys are popping up stuff that's great. Go to Before the Wrath. BeforeTheWrath.com is a documentary that I did, and it's on the Book of Revelation. Like, are we at the end times? I don't know, but it's a #1 documentary on Amazon for like 6 months now. It's called BeforeTheWrath.com, and it's a wonderful look at that Book of Revelation. And I also want people to check out my last movie, Let There Be Light, that Sean Hannity funded. It's a great movie. I heard him talk about that.
Sure, I saw you on the show many times.
2 years ago, so that one's called Let There Be Light. And then I've got I'm staying busy. Trust me.
I was just gonna say, oh my God, you're a working guy.
Well, I do it on my own, man. So go to SorboFamilyFilmStudios.com. SorboFamilyFilmStudios.com. Leave your email, leave information, and we'll keep in touch with what's going on out there in the real world. And also follow me on Cameo. I do a lot of cameos.
Oh, okay.
Like videos. So go to Cameo slash, what is it? Cameo.com or Cameo.com/KSorbs.
K-Sorbs.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Kevin, thanks so much, man. Pleasure talking to you, and be well. Continued success. You're a busy guy, and hopefully we talk to you again.
One more thing.
Yeah.
In 3 months, my movie that I directed, Miracle in East Texas, comes out. Let's talk in 3 months. I directed
Okay.
it. We got Lou Gossett Jr. and we got, because I'm a racist, so I got Lou Gossett Jr. in my movie, and I've got John Ratzenberger. It's a true story set in 1930. It's a romantic comedy. People will love it. True story.
You are a busy man. Thank you, Kevin Sorbo. We'll talk to you again soon, man.
Thanks for your time.
Take it easy, buddy. There goes Kevin Sorbo. He's a star. He's a big star. How do you work that much? I don't know. I am just a piece of shit. 2 hours, 4 days a week, and I'm like, fuck this nonsense. Kevin Sorbo can't spit out how many fucking movies he's doing. Jesus Christ, literally Jesus Christ. I guess the power of Christ compels him. Religion. It's not my cup of tea, but man, some people seem to really do well with it. Everyone, not everyone. I mean me. When I say everyone, I usually mean me. And I just assume everyone thinks the same way. Religion usually comes off as kind of kooky, you know? There's like, if you're a casual, people don't even talk about church, but they go to church, and you know it. You don't go, all right, there's a kooky guy. You know, it's just somebody doing, they go to church. The second someone starts talking about religion is when people will go, what do you do? What do you believe? What are you trying to tell me? And it's odd. It becomes like, that's a religious guy, a religion dude, a fucking Christ crazy guy. But some people have seemed to really get it under control. They could be, he's not afraid to talk about how into his religion he is, but it works well for him. He's working like a good guy. He's working, and it's Kevin Sorbo seems like a nice enough guy.